seated position on our mats today, just taking a moment to tune in with your body, feeling your sit bones connecting to the ground, just breathing normally and naturally, sitting up tall in the core, softening the shoulders down, taking a nice deep breath in. Let it go, sound it out. As you do, soften your shoulders down. Keep alert in the core, don't just slump down into your rib cage. Take a moment, bring the fingertips to the mat, palms to the mat, just breathing in through the nostrils. And exhaling again through the nostrils. Continuing to breathe in this way, breathing in, inflating the lungs, inflating the belly, expanding the rib cage. And on every exhale, drawing your belly, your navel back to your spine. Just seeing your breath as a wave, breathing in and exhaling. Just calming down the nervous system. Starting to make it a little more active, breathing in for a count of 5, in through the nose. Taking a little pause before you exhale, then exhaling again through the nose for a count of 7. Making it a longer, slower exhale. So see this like an inverted tick symbol in your mind. You're breathing up the short edge of the tick, and your breath is sliding back down the tail, a longer, slower exhale. And keep that rhythm going today throughout your practice. Don't worry if you forget the count, it really doesn't matter, but try and remember a longer, slower exhale, breathing into a posture, exhaling out of one. Let's bring our fingertips to the mat. Take a deep breath in and bring the arms all the way up, looking up between the thumbs. Hands go back to back. Start to press the air away, exhaling all the way down to the mat. Take it up again, all the way up. And exhale back all the way down. Keep the left palm planted, take the right hand to the left knee, then take the left fingertips, draw a big circle, follow it all the way round, plant the hand, face that left knee, grow tall through your core, connect the tummy muscles, start to twist to the left, make it not just your head and neck, make it about your thoracic spine, that's the bit in the middle. And exhale back to centre, leave the left palm where it is, take the right palm behind, plant both palms, shine the chest forward, tip the chin as you inhale. And exhale, chin to chest, push forward a little, bring your arms all the way around, give yourself a big hug, drop your head. Fingers float back to the knees. Left hand comes to right knee, take a big circle all the way around with the right hand, plant the hand, grow tall, take your twist to the right. On the exhale back, leave the right palm planted, take the left palm to join it, shine the chest, tip the chin. And exhale, chin to chest. Walk the hands down the middle. Take it down as far as works for you, drop the head. Draw the fingertips back in, float them back to the knees, sit tall, connect the pelvic floor, connect the tummy muscles, slide the right hand out, turn to the left, inhale the left arm all the way up, grow tall, grow an inch, soften into the right elbow, take it all the way over. Looking up as you breathe into this lovely pointed stretch, then bring it back down, exhale down, slide up out to the left, inhale the right arm, take it up, keep the sit bones connected, take it all the way over. And bring it back down, bring the palms behind one more time, shining the chest, chin to chest, palms back, close the knees up, transition onto your hands and knees. And we're going to start in our tabletop position. So we're going to have palms roughly under the shoulders, knees stacked roughly under the hips, tabletop position, pressing the palms into the mat, the backs of the feet into the mat, connecting your core, take a breath. As you breathe in, sink down towards your thumbs, roll your shoulders, tip your hips to the sky, push a little way through, press into the mat as you look directly ahead into your cow position. Really zip up the tummy muscles, pressing into the mat. And on the exhale, tip the opposite way, drop the head, push the mat away like an angry cat stretching. Breathe again into your cow, tip the hips to the sky, roll the shoulders back and push all the way back into your cat stretch. Start to articulate between cat and cow all the way with your breath, moving like a wave, using your own breath as a guide, using the music as a guide. I'm going to link a playlist below that you might like to use with this session. It's up to you what you like to use. Then come to a standstill in your neutral tabletop. Bring the palms further forward. Walk the knees back a little and just sink the chest and the chin towards the mat, lifting the hips into your puppy pose. You can drop your head a little if you wish to. Really pressing into the mat, really lifting those hips, then soften the elbows to the mat, slide all the way through, lift the chest, point out the toes, lift the navel into your Sphinx pose, breathing into this. On the exhale, push all the way back to puppy, lift the hips, and again slide through to your Sphinx. Then bring your chest down to the mat, bring your palms alongside your rib cage, push yourself up, tuck the toes, press the hands into the mat, take it up to downward facing dog. I'm just going to kick this bolster out of the way, it was a little bit too close. Now my feet aren't going down to the mat at this point, I'm still on my toes. It's the first downward dog of the day. Just looking at the gap between your ankles, start to bend one knee at a time, pedaling out the knees, pushing the heels further down, lifting the hips higher. Don't splay the elbows out. Try and keep your arms parallel and neutral. Keep bending one foot at a time, keep the hips lifted. You might want to try shortening your stance a little, see if that gives you a bit more of a stretch. Breathe in as you go. Then find some stillness in your downward dog. See if you can connect energetically your thighs with your stomach. Think of magnets pulling one towards the other. Then rock yourself forward, bring your vision between your thumbs, pushing up into a high plank. Okay? Pushing into the mat with the fingertips, with the toes, lifting up through the core, bringing navel back to the spine, heels to the back of the room. Then take it all the way back downward facing dog. Again, energetically bringing thighs and chest closer together. Rocking forward again into your high plank. And with control, return knees to the mat and untuck the toes. Chin and chest come down to the mat, slide through your thumbs, push all the way up into your up dog. Backs of the feet, palms of the hand on the mat, shoulders down, chin parallel to the floor, looking directly ahead, breathing into it. You can either come down onto your knees and push back to downward facing dog that way, or simply Roll over your toes, take it back, down facing dog. Bend the knees, sink the belly towards your thighs. Have a little bend, each foot again, each knee, lifting the hips higher. Take a little twist, maybe looking under each arm. Rock yourself forward into that high plank again. Bend the knees, push all the way back and up into a dog. Rocking it forward. Start moving like a wave. Move fluidly, coming through and pushing back. Breathing as you go. Find some stillness. We're going to take a slow, deliberate walk up the mat so our feet are going to meet roughly where our fingertips are into a gentle forward fold. You can bend your knees, lift your hips, drop your head, that's absolutely fine. Or you can stand straighter, but it's a very gentle fold, it's nothing extreme. Drawing the navel back to the spine, grabbing opposite elbows, letting your head fall a bit further down, taking a little twist from side to side. Then find some stillness. Leave the left fingertips where they are, bring the right ones to join it. Shift your weight slightly further forward. You should feel your hamstrings beginning to wake up. Bend the right knee, leave the left leg straight, draw the left arm all the way up to the sky. Morning hamstrings, I'm sure you can feel them now. Breathing in. Keep the right leg bent, keep the left leg straight. Plant the hands, bend the knees, drop the head. Lift the head and neck. Bring yourself up into your chair. Arms straight, palms straight. Sit back a little in your chair. Breathing into this, keeping the feet anchored to the mat, keeping the knees facing forward. Bring the hands to prayer in front of you. Take a little twist to the right, turn the elbows parallel. Stay in your chair. Take it back to centre. Take it round to the right, turn the elbows. Bringing it back round, drop the fingertips, straighten up the legs, give the head a little shake, a little nod. Then bring the fingertips back in front of the right foot, shift the body weight forward slightly, bend the left knee. Oh, good morning, hamstrings on the right side. Feel them beginning to fire up. Leave the left fingertips, take the right arm all the way up, twisting up to the sky, keeping that right leg straight. Don't be tempted to bend it, but keep the left knee bent. Bring the palms back down, drop the head. Lift the head and neck, rising again into your chair. Hands come down, slowly returning, roll the shoulders, palms facing forward, little tuck of the hips, Tadasana, mountain pose. Take it all the way up to your tall mountain. Palms come to prayer at the top, hinging from the hips, forward fold. Sliding up halfway, base of the hands just under the knees, lifting the navel, looking at the mat. Nice and straight. Planting back down, scooping the energy from the ground, giving it all the way back up to the sky. Hands come back down to prayer. Take a moment, close the eyes. Set an intention for your day. Think about something positive, something you're looking forward to. Or maybe something you've done or you've heard that's made you feel good, that's made you proud. And embody that feeling for a moment. Maybe give it a colour. Think of something to hold on to. Be proud of your achievements. Remember, you are always completely enough. Blinking the eyes open, take your hands all the way up. Dive all the way back down. Slide up halfway. Plant the hands, step it back to plank. Pushing into the mat. Take it back to downward facing dog. the right foot. We're going to drop the left knee and tuck the left toes and meet in a high lunge. You might want to adjust a little so your knee is roughly stacked over your ankle. Right knee bent, left leg scoots back a little. Take it all the way up into a high lunge, lifting up through the navel, raising the palms high, connecting the quad muscles, the glutes, nice and strong. And now start to sink towards that right hip flexor, lifting the chest, lifting the palms, taking it down as far as works for you, keeping the core connected, the glutes connected. Drop the left palm, turn to the right, take the right hand all the way up. Breathing high, stretching, reaching. Don't collapse down to this left shoulder, keep the foundation strong. Then bring the hand down on the inside of the right foot. Heel toe that right foot out to the edge of the mat. So your toes are going to be on the long edge and your heel just coming in a little and coming up onto your fingertips, or a block if you'd like to use one, into your lizard. So important to stretch out the hips. We carry so much tension and stress in them. Breathing into this, straight ahead with your gaze. Then plant the left hand, take that right foot onto its knife edge, take the right hand to the inside of the right knee. Give it a gentle press as you try and sink a little lower, and take a little twist to the right. Take a look over the point of the right elbow. This might be enough for you. Staying in lizard might have been enough for you. If you are here already and you're able to twist and look round there, you might want to try a bind. You might want to take that right arm, take it all the way around behind your back, or you might want to feel for the inside of the left elbow crease and sink a bit lower down. It's your choice. Welcome any wobbles, keep that foot on its knife edge. Then bring the hand back down, bring the foot back to planted flat. Tuck the toes of the left foot, push the left knee to the back of the room. Breathing into this lizard again, take it up one more time, reaching high. Plant the hands, take it back to downward facing dog. Bringing the thighs and the chest closer to one another, lifting the hips, looking at the gap between your ankles. And bringing your vision forward, we're going to breathe that left foot through, drop the right knee, untuck the toes, adjust if you need to bring yourself up into a high lunge, and take it all the way up, breathing up to the sky. Then begin to sink as you lift your chest, lift the arms high, dropping further into that left hip flexor, breathing into it. Drop the right hand, scoot the left knee back if you wish to, and take a twist, stretching up high. Again, watch where this left shoulder's going. Don't do it wobbling forward, keep it strong. Bring the hand down on the inside, heel toe the foot out, toes on the long edge, heels slightly in, facing the front, right toes untucked, lifting the chest, looking through into your lizard. Plant the right palm, take the left hand to the inside of the left knee, push that left foot onto its knife edge, sink a bit deeper, lift the chest a bit higher. Keep breathing, keep sinking. If you want to take a bind, now's your chance. Taking that left arm all the way around, or taking it to the inside of the right elbow crease. Shining the chest, breathing into this wonderful stretch. Plant the hand, bring the foot back to flat, tuck the right toes, push the right heel to the back of the room. Take that twist again all the way up. Plant the hand, take it back, downward facing dog. Just for a minute, bring yourself down onto your knees. Widen your knees to the width of the mat. Bring your toes together, bring your palms in front, and sink all the way down to the mat. Melt into the ground. Melt into your child's position. Breathing into it. Taking a few breaths here. Then press the fingertips into the mat and lift the wrists. Make the pose active. Lift the head and neck. Bring the hands back into tabletop. Close the knees back into tabletop. Bring the palms further forward. Tuck the toes. Take it all the way back. Downward facing dog. Looking between your ankles. Lifting your hips high. Don't let the elbows splay open. Keep your arms parallel. Keep it strong. And we're going to take a vision through the thumbs once more. We're going to again step our right foot forward. We're going to turn our left toes to the long edge of the mat. And when you're ready, we're going to rise into our warrior one. Now you might want to adjust your stance. I've probably come a little bit wide for me. Get yourself to where you know works for you, making sure your knee is stacked roughly above your ankle. Toes facing the long edge. Take it all the way up. Warrior one, nice and strong, arms tall, palms wide, lifting through the chest, connecting the core. It's a strong challenge. You're a warrior, stand tall, breathe into it. Maybe take a deeper bend, open the arms to parallel. Warrior two, keeping the arms parallel, dropping the shoulders a little, lift the head and neck, look down the point of the middle finger. Don't let this knee track in, send it out towards your little toe. So you should be looking down, you can see your big toe and the next toe. Arms strong and parallel. If I was with you and I could walk around and push your arms, you would be able to resist me, so keep it strong. When you're ready, drop the left hand, flip the right palm, take it all the way up, reach for the stars, breathe into it. Take a deeper bend, bring the elbow down onto the thigh, open the palm, shift the weight forward into a deeper bend, take the arm all the way up and across, nice and straight, breathing into this. Don't dump all your weight into this arm. You should be able to remove that arm and still keep the integrity of the pose. Keep breathing. Then exhale your arms back to warrior two, arms and lift back to warrior two. That's the worst bit over. Gently close that knee back in. Oh, that's nice. Have a little wiggle, just feel a bit more loose. Then bring the arms back to warrior two, bump the left hip, reach forward with the right and tip into Trikonasana, the triangle pose. Your arm can go to your shin, your ankle, the floor, a block, whatever works for you today. Every day is different, every body is different. Keep your arms parallel, keep breathing into it. You could try smiling if you want. And when you're ready, bring your vision down to your foot. Frame your foot with both fingertips. Don't bend that right knee. Lift the rib cage up and over. Take a gentle pyramid bend. You should really feel this firing all the way up. Bend the right knee, plant the hands, take it back, downward facing dog. And we're going to go again on the other side. We're going to step the left foot through, turn the right toes, and we're going to rise into our warrior two, warrior one. We all make mistakes. Lifting up high, palms wide, breathing into this, little tip of the hips as well. And then bend slightly more, open into your warrior two. Look down the point of the middle finger, lift the head, lift the neck. Challenge the world, look it straight in the eye. Remember you're warriors, there's no messing with you. Watch that knee isn't tracking in. Watch you can see that big toe when you look down. Breathing into warrior two. Drop the right hand, flip the left palm, take it all the way up. Breathing in. Then bring the elbow down, open that left palm, take the right arm over, stretching wide, breathing into this. Take it back to warrior two, arms then lift back to warrior two, and let that leg soften back in. Again, have a nice little wiggle, little stretch. Take a moment, plant the fingertips on either side of the left foot. Don't bend the left knee, take a pyramid bend. Bend the left knee now, plant the hands, and then take it back, downward facing dog. Then we're going to bring the toes closer together. We're going to plant the right foot, inhale the left leg up and take a little bend with the knee. Keep the right leg straight. So you've got your leg inhaled to wherever works for you. You're looking at your ankle, you're keeping the right and left arm nice and parallel. You're going to bend the knee, bring it through, come up onto the toes of the right foot, arch the spine like a cat stretch, bring your head towards your knee. Push it down, take it back up, bend the knee into that little scorpion tail. Bringing it through again. Taking it back, taking it up into that tail. This time when you come down, left knee comes to left wrist, left toes go to the long right edge of the mat. Slide the right leg out, untuck the toes. Come up onto your fingertips, into your pigeon. Breathing into your pigeon. You could come up onto your fingertips, you can come down onto your palms if you prefer. You can come all the way down in the next breath to melt to the mat. Dropping the head. Don't collapse down onto the left thigh, try and stay in the middle. Drop the head and just take some nice steady breaths here. Breathing in. Remembering your longer, slower exhale. Then lift the head and neck, bring the palms back in, back onto the fingertips. Come down slowly onto the left side. Take the right leg, wrap it all the way round. Plant the right foot just over the left knee. Sit up tall. Bring the right palm down. Inhale the left arm all the way up to the sky. Widen the palm. Bend the elbow, hook it on the outside of your bent right knee. Palm wide. Start to take a little twist to the right. Pushing round. Keeping the palm straight, breathing into it. Then bring the palm back down, left palm meets the right palm. Take the right arm, wrap it round that right leg and take a little counter twist. The opposite way, bringing it back to centre. Plant the hands, straighten out the toes, take a little stretch. Bringing it back. Swiveling the knees to one side, plant the palms, take it back down, facing dog. This time inhaling the right leg and bending. And bringing it through. And taking it back and up and bending that knee. And bringing it through. And again, last time. This time right knee to right wrist, right toes to the long left edge of the mat. Scoot the left leg out, drop the knee down, come up into your pigeon on the right hand side. This might feel very different to the opposite side. Breathing into it. We're going to sink all the way down. Plant the head, breathe into your pigeon. Lift the head and neck, bring the palms back in. Come down onto the right thigh, take the left leg or wrap it over. Plant the left hand. Inhale the right all the way up to the sky. Widen the palm, bend the elbow, hook it on the outside. Sit up tall in your core, twist to the left. Breathing into it. And exhaling back to centre, plant the right palm, wrap the left arm around. Twisting to the left as a little counter twist. Take it all the way back, straighten the legs out. Have a little stretch. Plant the feet, hip width apart. Bend the knees, sit up tall, arms outstretched. We're going to return to the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae, take it all the way down. When you get there, hug your knees into your chest. Have a little rock from side to side. And find some stillness. Plant the feet again. Bring the arms out to a letter T. Take the knees to the right, take the head to the left. Breathe into it. Keep your shoulders anchored to the mat. Take it up to the centre, take it over to the left. You can do as many of these as you want to. I'm just going to do a couple right now. Taking on with both sides, taking it over. Bringing it back to centre, imprinting your spine. Hugging your knees in, hands go underneath. Rock yourself up to your half boat, your half navasana. Lift the chest, point the toes. Take your hands away. You might want to try rowing your boat. That might not be for you. You might want to stay here. You might want to stay with your palms holding your knees, which is fine. Absolutely fine. Do whichever version either works for you or you want to do today. If you are here where I am, you can try leaving this arm and leg, but taking hold of the right one, having a little stretch. See how that feels? Bending that knee, returning that arm and knee to where they were originally. Take up the left one, try that side. Or you might want to take both feet, find a focal point in front of you, your drishti, something to soften your gaze onto. Find your balance on your sit bones, take your feet up a little way, maybe keep going, softening the knees, lifting the chest. See how that feels? You might want to then come down. If you do come down, when you come down, bring your knees wide, bring the soles of your feet together. I'm just going to swivel round. So you're into your butterfly pose. Now, this isn't everyone's favourite. Again, it's all about hip opening, and people do have a bit of a tendency to hang on to stuff. Tension, stress, anxiety, past things that are all trapped in the hips. So sometimes not everyone feels comfortable opening their hips, but if you do or can, the more you can, the better. Maybe let your butterfly wings take flight. Maybe try a different version of butterfly. Plant the hands behind. Push into your palms. Push forward slightly. Widen the thighs. It's quite a nice extra stretch to do. And then close your knees up like a book. And we're going to come back to the mat. We're going to have our arms out straight. We're going to return vertebrae by vertebrae to the mat. We're going to come all the way down, have a full body stretch. Imagine someone's pulling your toes, pulling your fingertips, really stretch into it. Then melt to the mat. Bring your arms alongside, nestle the shoulders under. Let your feet roll open. Soften your jaw, let all the muscles around your eyes, your forehead, just relax, feel them just sliding back. Feel your spine supported by the ground. Now at this point, you can pause the video and take 10 minutes in Shavasana, just breathing in, closing off, thinking of absolutely nothing, letting your palms curl upwards to receive, or maybe planting them on the mat for a bit of grounding. And when you've finished your Shavasana, we'll meet again. Bring some movement back into your feet and your fingertips. Have a full body stretch. And come to roll over onto your left hand side using your left arm as a pillow. Bring your knees in slightly, plant the right hand. Just breathing normally. Take a moment to think how you feel now compared to how you felt when you arrived on your mat today. Stay there in that position. I'm just going to come upright for a moment, just to remind you that you are safe, you are supported. It's your practice, you do whatever works for you. But taking some time out at the end of practice, Shavasana, it's not unnecessary, it's not a frivolous time, it's important. It's important to just remember to connect again with your own energy. We're all made of energy. Everything's an energetic frequency, and the higher vibration our frequency, the better higher vibration things we bring into our lives. And the opposite applies too. The more we think of negativity, the more we have critical self-talk, the more we're lowering our vibration, and the universe is bringing us more of what we're concentrating on. So always try and think of something uplifting, something positive. Try and be a glass half full person, not a half empty. And just breathe. Just take this time to reconnect with your mind and your body. Then when you're ready, bringing yourself into an upright seated position on the mat, bringing your hands to prayer in front of your heart, and bow your head to yourself. Breathe your hands all the way up above crown chakra. Connect the core. On the exhale, bring your thumbs down to third eye, skin touching skin. Breathe it all the way back down to your heart. Bow your head. You are strong when you know your weaknesses. You are beautiful when you appreciate your flaws. And you are wise when you learn by your mistakes. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me, everybody. And if you've enjoyed the video, maybe leave me a little comment. It was only a quick snapshot of one of my classes because of the time I've just had available to me. But it's a nice little morning wake up, or maybe something to do in the evening if you feel a bit tight and stiff. Let me know how you find it. And remember, always you do you. If it doesn't feel right, or you don't want to take so deep an expression of the pose, don't do it. Sit out bits you don't want to do. Just be authentic, be yourself.